Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm here with nursing news all over the world, and we will delve into two shocking incidents that has taken place in the walls of a hospital and a nursing home. These stories are not aimed to mock at anyone but to help us learn so that we don't fall victims. And here are the headlines. A nurse who watched pornographic materials on duty has been suspended. And also a male care worker who proposed to almost every female in his care home, including his manager, his own manager, has been forced back to his country. Today we will look at these stories plus others if we have enough time. And after this video, every health worker, including myself, will be more cautious. Today's video is sponsored by Tilly Young Anklets Pro Solutions. What they do is that they take care of all your entire anklets registration process, whether it has CGFNS, JSA or WES. They are also experts in booking your accommodation and flight for you if you need one. And they also take care of all your board registration, all of them. So if you want to register as a nurse in the USA, just contact them and everything will be sorted. I'll leave their contact details in the description. Now let's look at the news in detail. Due to the sensitivity of some of the matters, names and places will be generated. Now let's start with our first story, which involves an overseas nurse who watched a pornographic material whilst on duty. Hannah is an overseas nurse and she went to work just like any other day. While she was on her break, she brought out her phone and she started flipping through her phone to watch some funny videos that she saw online. And she saw a very disturbing video of a man who was masturbating in front of a child, and she decided to show her colleague, and in her own words she said that, "Anne, look at this disgusting video of a man masturbating in the presence of a child. Isn't it nasty?" And her colleague replied, "Ew, that's bad." So they all condemned the man together and they laughed over it. Break was over, they moved about their daily duties as normal. Little did Hannah knew that Anne has reported her to the authorities. Can you imagine? She reported that Hannah was watching child pornography while she was at work. So this report was made to the hospital administration and they swiftly responded. And an investigation was launched to understand the full extent of this incident. So whilst all of these investigations started, Hannah was suspended. Yes, Hannah was not allowed to come close to the hospital premises, and you can imagine the emotional trauma she has been going through. Now, before we go into the details of this story, let's look at what the Metropolitan Police say about pornography. According to the Met Police, having, sharing or selling adult pornography in general is not illegal. This is not illegal. However, some pornography is illegal, and possessing, making or distributing it make it a very serious offense. They went to say that possessing means having the image as a file on a mobile phone or a computer. It could be a printed hard copy, a computer created manipulated image, and also if this file has been deleted, it may also count. Oh my god. In this room, most of us could be possessing pornography even if we have deleted. I hope I'm not misinterpreting what they said. Now I'll leave a link of what Met Police says about pornography in the description. Now they also spoke about extreme pornography. So they said that it's illegal to possess extreme pornographic images. This is a material that is grossly offensive, disgusting or otherwise obscene, and that explicitly and realistically shows life-threatening injury, serious to a person's anus, breast or genital. We all know that watching such content is not appropriate at work. So if you do this, please kindly stop, and most importantly, filter your conversations at work. This has really gotten me into trouble a lot. Not watching pornographic material at work, but sometimes at work you tell a colleague something you think will stay between both of you, and later you find out that it has become a headline at the workplace. We have to understand that there are cultural differences. Sometimes they may be reporting for safety reasons, but it may not always go well with us. And also, some of these activities you might get away with it in your country, but know that you are in a different country. With regards to Hannah, the good news is that she is now back to work after all the emotional trauma and the sleepless days and nights that she went through. And the best news about Hannah is that she goes to work without a phone now. Hannah says she won't even go on a break again. She's working 12 hours non-stop, no breaks, no mobile phone at work. Before we go on to the second story, let's remind ourselves that today's video is sponsored by Tilly Young's Ankles Pro Solutions. Let them be your ankles registration plug. They will do everything from A to B. They also make sure that you get a direct high job opportunities after doing all this registration for you. So go ahead and contact them and have your ankles registration sorted. Now this second story is quite hilarious. This involves an overseas guy who has been flirting with all her female colleagues at work, and it got to a point that he was forced back to his home country. Now let's look at the story in detail. Sampson is a guy who is married and living with the wife. So he works in a care home, and Sampson is quite good at what he does. He makes sure that he does all his work tactfully. And the only issue with Sampson is that he likes complimenting women a lot. And don't get me wrong, not to say that complimenting women is very bad. Sampson take it to the next level by telling his female colleagues how they look sexy in their uniforms, and allegedly he once told a female colleague that you look sexy in your uniform. I am imagining you and I in bed. Sampson, and Sampson did not stop there. He went ahead to propose to most of the females in her workplace, including his own manager. This isn't something that could technically get Sampson into trouble, because these are daily occurrences and they got used to his behavior because they thought that that is how he is and he will never change. But on this fateful day, he was reported by one of the residents in the care home that he stood intentionally watching her naked while he bumped into her bedroom without knocking. This resident reported this to the manager, and the manager took Sampson on. He made sure Sampson was invited, questioned, and they probed into the matter. So the next day, Sampson was reported by this same resident that Sampson touched her boobs, and the manager had no option than to report it to the authorities. Now, because of the severity of this matter, I'm not going to mention any care home or any hospital's name in here. Sampson was reported to the police, and the police decided to come for Sampson on Monday because it was around Thursday and they wanted to do their own investigation first before they come and take Sampson on Monday. So someone alerted Sampson of this incident, and they explained to him how severe it could be and how it can affect him, and he can even get a jail sentence if he is found guilty. Now, Sampson, knowing exactly what he has done, decided to book the next available flight to his home country, because looking at the allegation that has been brought against him, we all know how some countries take allegations that involves children and adults serious. And looking at his behavior, you know, he has proposed to almost all the females at his workplace and even went ahead to propose to his manager, and these people will be brought in for questioning and they will ask them how his behavior has been. So it didn't look good for Sampson. He had no option than to leave the country as soon as possible. Now, this is one of the many cases that I have been hearing about how some overseas guys have been involved in these romantic activities with ladies in some countries, which they suspected that these ladies are more than 18 years old, but it turned out to be that these ladies are 16 years old. And this can also be with an adult. They can even put an allegation on you that you forced them to do what they did not intend to do. As guys living in overseas countries, let's be mindful of whatever we do or say at work. Now, this is what happened to Sampson, and guys, I don't need to talk much about it. Let's all analyze the situation and revisit how we behave at work and see if this is the best thing we have to do. If even someone make a false claim about us, whatever we usually do at work won't be against us. Now, we don't have enough time to touch on other stories, but let's look at the latest update in a story I have been following in the United States. A nurse who prosecutors say administered excessive dose of insulin to nursing home patients, of which 17 have died, have pleaded guilty. This is so sad. Why would the nurse intentionally kill their patient? Well, I know that some of us, even though we look fit and we've been working, going about our daily duties, we also can't have a mental breakdown. So I advise everyone on this platform that if you are not feeling well, or if you think that you have any mental condition, try and seek help as much as possible, and make sure you don't find yourself in any bad situation. Please, if you find yourself in a new country, learn more about their laws. Some of these laws are same in our countries, but it is enforcing these laws that makes the difference in these two countries. So please make sure you stay away from trouble. This is where time will allow us. Also, a big thanks to today's sponsor, Tilly Young's Ankles Pro Solutions. You can contact contact them for all your NCLEX needs when it comes to registration, flight bookings, and also direct hire job opportunities. Thank you for watching, and let me know your thoughts on this incident. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on this channel. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye.